what you saw. I mean, a lot of us didn't get to talk to you about the game. Because I'm talking about, with Kyle, that he's got to read that defense and know where he's going. But you do too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of y'all both being on the same page at the right time and stuff. What did you see there, and what's an example of just the hookup you have with this guy?
Yeah, that's a play that we practice. Pretty much every week, every Friday we go over that play, just in case you never know when you might need it. And unfortunately, we never get to practice it at that magnitude. So you kind of got to be ready to step up in that moment. But it's kind of like you said, Kyle and I were just on the same page when it came to that play, and we were able to execute it.
Yeah, it's not like you're wide open there, because those guys closed on you quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it like to be in that kind of bang bang play and to make that catch?
I couldn't tell you what it's like because I don't remember it. It's just something that happens. You're just out there playing football. You've been playing football since you were in second grade, first grade, and at those moments like that, you're not really thinking. It's kind of just second nature to you because you put yourself through the training and the practice to be able to do it. So it kind of it happened naturally, and it was something like when I caught the ball. It's those plays you're not thinking about that, and then you're just like, oh, wow, I just did that.
What does it do for this team moving forward, especially this offense, to make those kind of plays in the clutch in a game like that? Do you feel like a little different now than you did a week ago? You understand what I'm saying from a group standpoint?
Well, to be honest, it doesn't do much for us unless we capitalize on the opportunity that we've been given. We came out with a huge win, a top 10 victory. It's not easy to do. We're going to play other top 10 opponents this year, like Penn State and Team Up North. So it's going to propel us forward in a sense and make us stronger in that way. But so we got to continue to build off this and get better.
Emeka, a lot of people talk about dwelling on bad play rather than the good play. You just move on from the good one, dwell on the bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think more about the two third down conversions on the final drive or the touchdown that wasn't in the first half?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I'm kind of past Notre Dame at this moment. I haven't really been thinking about the game. I'm on to Maryland, focusing on getting my body right and getting all the people back healthy and watching film and all that type of stuff. So try to move on from things quickly.
Emeka, we saw Marv suffer an injury on Saturday. He's out there on the Monarch right now. Do you ever tell him to take a break?
No, I don't.
What does it say about his toughness that he's able to, come back out there on the next drive and make a play right away?
Yeah, I think toughness is something that, toughness can either be developed or you can be just raised in it. And I feel like Marvin has done a tremendous job of developing it because that's something that we've been emphasizing as an entire team and as Coach Mick and his strength staff that we've been working on. And it definitely showed in that moment. It was huge for the team.
Emeka, especially maybe in the slot position, can you just explain to us, there's what's drawn up in a play, right, that this is how we're supposed to execute this. But the feel in the moment of what a defender is doing and where you have to sit and understanding how Kyle's expecting you to read it, right, and how you're expecting him to read it. How much goes into that? Just there's the playbook, but then there's the player. Right? In this situation, how much did that apply to sort of some of the big plays you made?
It kind of comes down to doing your job description and getting it done in any way possible. So if your job description is to sit at the middle of the field and be ready for the ball at 15 yards, you have to find a creative way to do that, even if they might be covering the middle of the field. So just finding ways to get open in that sense. And at the end of the day, not every play is going to be against the defense that you drew it up for. So you have to be able to be a playmaker and a problem solver at the receiver position. And to be able to do that, you have to have a great quarterback, which we have, because Kyle was able to find me in those moments that might have been unorthodox, or he expected me to be places where we might have not practiced or gone against in that certain coverage. So that's just a testament to Kyle's work ethic.
So the clock in your head was telling you got to be there in how many seconds?
It's never. No, not really. You always want to come off the ball full speed. The quicker you get open, the better operation there is for the line, less pass rush, all that type of stuff. So you want to come off the ball as fast as you can and get open as fast as you can, because Kyle can get the ball out quicker. So that's always a part of it.
Kyle was talking about teams having to pick their poison. They obviously doubled Marv some, they doubled you some. Do you recognize, whether it's pre-snap or in a play, what's going on, and they've doubled here, they're doubling me, where the opportunity lies?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
how does that, when you know a team's trying to take away Marvin, how does that open things up for you or the other guys?
You know, if it's just math, really. You know, if you put two guys on one person, somebody's going to be uncovered or something like that. But they might not be able to run the zone that they wanted. Kind of like the big play that Xavier Johnson had. There's really nobody on him, and that was because they tried to take the underneath away from Marvin. They were playing, you know, two to the field on me, you know, double and Julian. Nobody picked up X, and that was just a risk Notre Dame was willing to take, and you know, got them bit.
Are you surprised teams have done as much doubling that they have with you guys, just considering all the weapons you have?
I mean, not really. We kind of expected it, you know, going into each and every week.
Is that play with Xavier, just everybody has to be ready on any play? I mean, Julian, Cade obviously have made plays as well this year. Just the ball can come to anybody at any time.
Yeah, you might only get 3 reps of a specific play at practice that week, or maybe less than that. You might not get any reps. You might just get mental reps of it. And that one rep you do get, it might go to Cade, or it might go to Marv, or it might go to Jew. So you really have to be, you know, anticipatory of anything that could happen, because, you know, they ran a lot more. We knew they were going to run man coverage. They ran a lot more than we anticipated. They did it pretty much on every down, except for, like, you know, second and long and third and long type of situations like that. So yeah.
Like on that 3rd and 19, it seemed like Kyle threw before you even turned. Like, does that chemistry go back even further than this offseason? Like, I know you guys roomed together coming in. Like, how far does this go back, your connection to Kyle?
Yeah, it goes back to pretty much when I met him, which was, you know, when we came in as freshmen together. We just put in countless hours on this field right here, just getting better and working our craft, and even working the little nuances of the game, like, you know, just going through things in our mind, you know, just playing it out, and just talking about all the possibilities and all the things that could happen within a certain play.
People talk about his poise and composure and all that, but you guys have been confident in him for that. But to do it kind of on the stage, you did it in that last drive. Does it make you guys even more confident in Kyle as your guys?
I kind of knew that it would just happen. Like, stuff like that doesn't just happen by chance. You know what I mean? It's not like he got lucky or anything like that. He's always that way, 24/7. He's never if the offense is shaky or in a tough spot, everybody can look at Kyle and he's going to be the most calm person on the field. So that's really encouraging to have behind the pocket, and we all knew that was going to be the case when he took over the starting role.
Is he like that?
What kind of growth have you seen from Chip Train to go from a guy who came in here as a linebacker to now being the guy who's making the biggest play of the game?
Yeah, well, Chip has always been super mature, and he's always been a leader. He really immersed himself in the culture when he got here from Arizona State, and it was like he's been here since day one. So Chip's always been a guy you can rely on. He's a, you know, Iron Buckeye, Gold Guy, leader. You know, we only have 3 captains this year, but if we had a 4th, it would probably be Chip. So he's just a really great dude to have on your side of the ball, because you know he's going to get his job done. You know he's going to lead the team, and yeah.
Is Kyle like that calm outside of football? Because I know you lived with him for years. Is he always like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
When's the last time you remember him not being so calm, cool, and collected?
At the end of the game.
What did he do?
Huh? He was fired up. Yeah, he was fired up. That's all I can really say. You know, got a big hug from him after the game. He was yelling. He was, you know, he was talking his stuff. So it was good to see that. It's good to see that excitement from him.
What do you think of your coach's emotion?
I fully support everything, you know, Coach Day said, and everything that he's going to say in the future. That's my head coach. We're all going to rally behind him, and we believe he can get us to where we want to be.
Emeka, what's that like to see that energy and emotion out of Kyle after the biggest game of his young career so far?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Nobody really questioned how much he cared. So we all know how much it means to him. So just to see that kind of come to life, it was just really special. And I'm happy for the team, but I'm extremely happy for him as an individual and him as a friend.
On the flip side of that, he's been really good on 3rd down this year.
Yep.
When you have a guy who's so calm like that, what does it do for you on going into a 3rd and 19 when you know your quarterback isn't panicking, isn't thinking too much about that?
Well, yeah, that was something that CJ really excelled at too. You can even see it on the league, his stats when it comes to 3rd down. So I think, you know, being cool, calm, and collected is something that Kyle Kyle's always had, but that was a trait that even grew a little bit as he learned behind CJ and all that type of stuff. So it's really like, you know, we never took a step away from third down. And like I said, you can always look at Kyle. You know, maybe we get a penalty, we get the intentional grounding, or, you know, we get a holding or whatever the case may be. Now it's 3rd and 19. Now it's 3rd and 10. Now it's 4th and 7. And, you know, all those plays we never really wavered. We never really shook because we knew if we just execute and do what we've been practicing, we'd be okay.
Where's this offense definitely need to get better in the next 2 weeks? Y'all are off from playing this week.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see down the line y'all need to improve on?
Probably execution, staying on schedule when it comes to plays, not having, you know, limiting negative plays and penalties, because with the new rule of the clock, and, you know, if you look at all the teams that we played this year, they've kind of gone to the ground and pound approach, try to keep the ball out of our hands. There's a crazy stat. We had 8 possessions that whole entire Notre Dame game, and then 7 possessions in the first half of Georgia. So it's just like every play we have out there means more because we have less plays. So we can't get off schedule with any type of plays. We gotta stay on pace.
There's an urgency about it now that maybe wasn't even there last year.
Right.
From the standpoint of running play.
All right.
Emeka, thank you so much.
You said you're on to Maryland. Of course you should be. But when you win a game like this, like, how does it affect you walking around? Like, you just had an amazing, awesome win.
Right.
How does that make you feel for a couple days?
I celebrated that night, and I was excited, but, you know, we're not anywhere near where we need to be, and that win doesn't really mean anything if we lose to Maryland. So, yeah.
Thank you, Emeka.